Imagine trying to run a modern world where every city uses its own time. In one town, it is 8 o'clock. In the next town, it is 8:14. In another, it is 7:53. A train leaves at noon, but noon means something different everywhere. A business meeting can be missed just because two nearby places disagree on what hour it is. Even something as simple as travel becomes confusing. That was reality. And in the middle of that chaos, one man looked at the world and realized something huge. Time itself needed to be organized. His name was Sandford Fleming. And the strange part is this: the idea that would help standardize time around the world was not immediately celebrated. At first, it was just another idea people were not sure they needed. Welcome back to The Killer Gardener, where we dig up the stories history tried to bury. Before standardized time, each city could keep its own clock. That meant schedules were messy, especially for trains. A railway line passing through multiple towns could cross several different local times in a single trip. Imagine trying to manage departures, arrivals, and delays when the clocks keep changing from one station to the next. That was not just inconvenient, it was dangerous. Railroads depended on precision. If a train crew and a station did not agree on the exact time, confusion could turn into accidents. The faster the world moved, the more obvious the problem became. And Sanford Fleming saw it clearly. Fleming was born in Scotland in 1827 and later moved to Canada. He became a railway engineer, which turned out to be the perfect job for someone who understood the importance of coordination. He worked on major infrastructure projects and spent a lot of time dealing with the practical problems of rail travel. So while other people accepted the chaos of local time, Fleming saw it as something that had to be fixed. He was not thinking small. He was thinking about how the entire world could work together. That is where his real genius came in. He understood that if railroads, governments, and businesses were going to operate smoothly, they needed a shared system. Not a city-by-city system, not a country-by-country system, a global one. Fleming proposed dividing the world into standard time zones. That idea sounds simple now, but at the time, it was a major shift. Instead of every city setting its own clock based on the sun, regions would follow a common standard. That would make schedules easier, travel more reliable, and communication far less chaotic. He also supported the idea of using a 24-hour clock, which would make timekeeping more precise and reduce confusion. His vision was practical, not abstract. He was not trying to make time sound impressive. He was trying to make it usable. And that is what made his idea so powerful. But good ideas do not automatically become accepted ideas. When Fleming pushed for standard time, many people were not interested. Local time had been used for generations. To many, it seemed unnecessary to replace it. Some people probably thought the whole thing was overcomplicated. Why fix something that had always worked before? That is the usual problem with big changes. People often only recognize them after the old system starts breaking down. Fleming was looking at the future. Most people were still looking at the past. So for a while, his idea remained just that, an idea. Then the world kept growing. More railways, more ships, more telegraph lines, more international travel, more business across borders. At some point, the chaos became impossible to ignore. The world needed a system that everyone could follow, because global life could not run smoothly on local clocks forever. That pushed governments and international leaders to start taking the issue seriously. In 1884, the International Meridian Conference was held in Washington, D.C. Representatives from different countries gathered to discuss a shared global framework for timekeeping. That conference became a major step toward the modern system we use now. The world did not instantly become organized overnight, but the direction was set. Standard time was no longer just a railway engineer's idea. It was becoming reality. Fleming did not single-handedly invent every part of the modern time system. That would be too simple and not entirely accurate. but he was one of the most important voices pushing for it. He helped explain why standard time mattered. He helped spread the idea. He helped turn a confusing problem into a practical solution. That is often how history works. The person who changes the world is not always the one who gets all the credit. Sometimes it is the person who sees the problem early and keeps pushing until everyone else finally catches up. That was Fleming. The impact was enormous. Once time zones became standard, rail travel became easier to coordinate. Businesses could communicate more efficiently. Telegraphs and later global communication became simpler. International travel became far less chaotic. And over time, people stopped thinking of time as something local. Time became shared. That is a huge change when you think about it. For most of human history, your clock belonged to your town. After standardization, your clock belonged to the world. That shift shaped the modern era. The irony is that time zones now feel so natural that almost nobody questions them. They seem ancient, as if they have always existed. But they are actually a modern solution to a modern problem. They were created because the world became too connected to keep using old, local time systems. And one man helped push that solution into existence. So the next time you check the time on your phone, think about this. That tiny number on your screen is part of a system that was once a huge debate. It took trains, telegraphs, international pressure, and one determined railway engineer to make the world agree on something we now take completely for granted. Sanford Fleming did not invent time. He helped the world survive the age of speed, and in the process, he helped create the system that still runs modern life today. This is The Killer Gardener, where we dig up the stories that changed history.